That was, well, you got there in the end.
Terrific win,
yeah.
Put it that way. It doesn't matter how you get there. It's a win against a derby. Your local team as such, even though there's a bit of distance away, still a local team. They've improved significantly, I must say. I thought they were well organised, stuffy, and they looked a threat as well. So, but at this stage of the season, it's about 3 points, and I'm absolutely over the moon. They've got it.
We were having a conversation about the winning goal, and it looked like well worked off the training grounds.
We worked on it during the week. The miskick shot, we worked on that one, and it had to second balls. But I'm delighted for Craig Malcolm. He's had a tough time of it recently in terms of goals return, not in the way he's played, because he's been great what he's given us. But strikers like scoring goals, and if you're getting frustrated, and I was delighted for him, against his old club as well. So overall, it's been a great day, and it's another one at the Roadway, and we'll look at the next one.
There's such a unit, Longworth and Malcolm, that even when they're not scoring, they are so valuable to the team.
Yeah, you're right, and a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people look at strikers and see the goal return, and I think between the two, that's 26, 27 goals. So on that, it's been great, but they're understanding each other, the way they play, they line the game up, they work right off the ball at second turn, but the whole team's been like that. Right from the start of the season, you can see the way they defended at the end of the, they were chasing everything, they were harrying, and for me there's not a better team in the division that does that. Maybe that's why they're up there as well.
Little punch of the air when you saw Morton lost?
Yeah, because obviously we know the situation it's in. I'm not going to lie to you, everybody knows. We'll try and play it down, we'll try to look at the next game because that's the most important one, but there's got to be twists and turns. I said that at the start of the game. There's going to be twists and turns, just make sure you're the one that loses ground. Unfortunately somebody's got to, but we'll just worry what we do. And what the object today was to get 3 points, and we got that.
It's amazing. I think that's effectively the playoff spot sealed now, almost mathematically. But now you'd be just disappointed with that, whereas at the start of the season you'd be over the moon.
Mathematically, you're probably right, but I think the playoff spot was cemented about 6 weeks ago, to be honest with you, without sharing with that. But you're right, I'll give you that one. But again,
I know you don't like to take things for granted. You want to make sure you've got it all.
Yeah, but I mean, if somebody said to you at the start of the season, I've seen this for weeks now. Yeah. If somebody said at the start of the season, with maybe 4 games to go, you're top of the league. Yeah, you would have bit the wind off that, or maybe to say you're like having a laugh, because we've came a long way in a short time, and we'll never forget where we came from. We know the hard times. We were doing the bottom league my first season. We were scrapping for points, and we got abused for the supporters, and we dug in, we kept going, but that's all right. So we've come a long way, and the players deserve credit for what they've done. As a manager, you look to improve the team every year. That's your objective. We've been a good progression. Last year, I think we had 51 points, and Sean Paul came right. We're now 61, is that?
61, yeah.
With 4 games to go. So it shows you improvement again for last year. And probably people said last year you can improve on that. So great that we're in. It'll be exciting for the last 4 games, no doubt, for the supporters and all you guys. But we know for me. But we're enjoying where we are, and we'll keep it going.
Still consider yourselves underdogs going to Dunfermline next week?
Definitely. There's no doubt about that. I mean, take the league positions away, Dunfermline's a massive club, and the expectation levels are high there. We're full time. So we'll go there, it'll be a tough game, but we'll go there, confidence high, we'll go and do what we've done all season, and go and try and win it. If we do that, great, And
the players in that dressing room will not go in there as underdogs. There's a belief in that squad.
You're right, there is. And the players are like that, they're fearless. I've used that before. It doesn't matter who they play against, they'll do it and they'll give it their best shot. And they'll do that next week, and whatever happens. But we'll got ourselves in a good position, and we'll just keep it going.
And you can see at the end what it meant to them as well, because they were didn't perform well in the first half as a unit.
No,
in the second half,
but as I said, when it gets to this stage in the season, all the kind of pretty football you like to go and try and do, a lot of that gets put aside because the players are only human beings. They know the situation they're in. They get the people with their work, their family, their friends saying, "Well, what a chance you've got." So they need to deal with everything, And sometimes you get rolling the sleeves up, digging in, fighting your corner, going toe to toe with the other team. And I say we had to go and do that against another team that's improved, so delighted with that, and we'll enjoy the weekend and we'll get back in and work next week.
Is it difficult for yourself and the players to concentrate on the Monday to Friday 9 to 5 when you know you're so close?
I think it's certainly down to the management team, myself, Stevie, to make sure we look after the players, and we can't affect what goes on out with our friends and what people saying, what you guys write in the paper, but we'll keep them focused. We'll get them back in training Tuesday. They work as hard as they worked the very first training session in pre-season. They come in, they give it their all, and we'll just keep focusing on what we've done. And we'll not change the way we approach games. We'll keep training the same, we'll keep everything the same, but you're right, the players know it's at stake, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's keep it low key. They know what's at stake, you know, and I'm sure between supporters and all you guys will ramp it up. But we'll enjoy it, you know, they'll enjoy it, you know, and we're certainly enjoying it at the moment.
What about yourself? Do you find the mind drifting off to Saturday when you're at work, or is it a welcome break in some ways?
No, to be honest with you, I could wish next Saturday was tomorrow when we get back and going again. That's the way I'm feeling at the moment. You know, it's a long week for me to get back in Tuesday. That's 3 days before I see them again, and then we'll get a horse on Thursday. So it's a long week at the moment, you know. But we're just looking forward to every game now, you know. And have a long week, but as I said, we've kept me 32 long weeks already, so I'm sure another 4 weeks not making a difference.
Well, it was. Well, did you mean it first of all?
Aye, I did. So, wee bit lucky with the spin taking in at the end, because I think it was kind of hitting off the post, looking by the post, and the spin took it in. But thankfully, again, we've scored at the right time and seen the game out.
Because I certainly thought you were trying to put it across the face, and you'd.
No, I meant it. I think a few of the boys don't think I'm capable of something like that. But I meant it for once. Thankfully, for about the first time ever, I actually went in. So happy, to obviously, get the 3 points, and boys at the back were magnificent again. I think he put a wee bit of pressure on us at the end, but again, the last 4 or 5 weeks have been brilliant, not just the back four, but the goal line, the midfielders as well. So
must be a relief to get back on the score sheet, because I know it's been a while.
Aye, I think it seems to be. Ayr seems to be a lucky team this season. I think the start of the season I was in a wee drought and managed to finish it against them and go on a run. So hopefully I can get a few more in the next few games and help the boys out.
The start, I mean, I think, well, we were talking and we did the maths, it's 12 without a win, so what's about 2-3 months. I mean, does it start to bug you? Does you start
to definitely,
it
plays in your mind, but you just got to keep hunting away, and when the chance comes, take one of them. Thankfully we did today.
I guess it's one of those things that's almost written in the stars that when you go in a goal drought, former club, you score.
I think every season you always get that kind of one team that I don't know if it's a wee bit of luck, there's always one team you seem to do really well against, and thankfully for me it's been here this season. So that's the 4 of them out of the way, but I need to score against someone else next week. Not letting me play anymore.
There's some celebration as well. I mean, that was some leap.
I think it was just relief. It's been building up for too many weeks now. I couldn't even score in training the last few weeks. I was getting so annoyed with myself, so just a wee bit of relief to finally get it over with and concentrating, playing again.
Could do with that corner kick.
I know. I don't know what happened, just emotion get the better of me, but as I say, just relief more than joy.
So you celebrating coming off the park as well, and Frank, obviously when you're getting this close to it, you can see it really means a lot to the players.
I think every game now is absolutely massive. I think people look at the fixtures day and think it's a home win, but they have really improved under the new manager, and they were hard to beat today, playing almost 5 at the back at times, really stuffing. To be fair, we never really created much, but thankfully the chances we did get, we managed to take one.
Craig, we were saying to Stevie, there's a belief among the team as a unit that this can be done.
Definitely. I think the last few games we've been kind of drawing the game going into the second half late on, and I think we've just been patient and hoping the chances have come.
Thankfully, in the last 3 or 4 games.
Thankfully it's came and we've managed to take it, so I think the important thing is we've managed to stay calm and not start rushing too early, which has worked for us.
As I say, a belief there. What's the difference between Stranraer and the other teams?
No, we believe that we can go and win the league. I'm sure Forfar and Mortland, probably even Brecon again now, I think the same, but we've just got to take each game as it comes. Next week's going to be a hard game. We've turned on Fairmont over a few times this season, so they'll think they always win, but at the same time we'll get the upper hand on them, so we're going up there looking for 3 points.
When you get to this stage of the season, you get a buzz for these sort of games coming at you.
As I say, it doesn't matter who you're playing at this, the 4 games left, even Stirling have shown the last few weeks have come back, been dead and buried and gave teams a hard game, including ourselves, so it doesn't matter who you're playing, every game's going to be hard, but important things to keep grinding out the results.
You're checking the scores when you're in the get back in the dressing room?
Aye, I think we had to make sure this week, because a couple of weeks ago we thought Morton would get beaten. We came in, I think they'd lost 1-0 and scored 2 late.
Of course, aye.
Until you actually see it in your phone yourself, you don't take it for granted anymore, but thankfully one of the 2 slipped up the day, because to be fair they've both been grinding at results last week, playing well and winning comfortably as well, so thankfully it wasn't us that slipped up the day.
They must be sick of the sight of you grinding out.
Aye, I think they'll probably be coming in, as the assistant manager said last week, they'll be coming in after 2 4-0 wins, checking the scores, and probably a wee bit gutted that we managed to grind it on our results, so it works in both ways I suppose, but we just need to keep doing what we're doing.
Too bad for
other teams.
How important is that mental strength that, like you say, if the team's perhaps not firing on all cylinders, but at the end of the day you're going up the road with 3 points?
Aye, it's important. I think for them. I've heard Stenny got a man sent off the day when they were winning 1-0, but it's important as this, you just need to stay patient and hope the chances come. And to be fair, we've not had many the last few games, we've just managed to take the chances that we've had, and at this stage it doesn't matter how you play, you just need to keep winning games, and thankfully we've been doing that.
The manager and the assistant making sure the players focus on the next game. I think a lot of people are looking at the Morton game, second last weekend of the season.
I think we don't even need to be told that, we're all just looking to next week now. We know that playing Dunfermline up there the twice we've played up there and won this season, we've in a way been a wee bit lucky to a lot of the ball, but we've took our chances and been clinical, so we need to make sure we do that again.
What a hard graft to walk away with nothing in.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't deserve to get beaten, but it comes down to the first half for us. I thought Stranraer started well, but Jordan Preston's missed one for 2 yards, and we've been 1-1 with the goalie twice and not scored, and that's brought its own pressure. And the difference when you're up there and you're down there and their goal, young Tiff's nearly broke his foot kicking that ball, and it's bobbled along the ground, hit off one of our players straight to their strike, and that's what happens. I don't think we played as well as we've done the last 3 or 4 games, but certainly not a game we deserve to lose, no doubt about that.
As you said in the first half, Craig's through. You've got to take these chances. You've
got to take the chances. Still away to league leaders, but we didn't do that, and it brought pressure on itself. And it'd feel better if it was like if Tiff had walked on that and stuck in the top corner, or Willie Gibson curls one in. But to lose that goal, I mean, it's a good finish. Whoever the boy is, it was a good finish. But the leader was just luck. It's that simple.
I mean, we're now 3-4 games left.
4 games left. Yeah. If I'm being ultra positive, we have improved our goal difference ahead of Stennismuir today. But that's ultra positive.